Hey, Christopher here. I want to talk about these invoice screens real quick. My main criticism with a lot of these screens here is that they're very inconsistent and that they don't really explain a lot of things. So you see interactive elements look very different. You have these tabs here, then you have a big button, then you have this little icon here. You get these little icons, then this button here feels even smaller. You have these buttons here spread at the bottom edge of the screen also. Here there's also one type of button, then this drop down. Looks like there's different text size. There are different arrows being used here and different outlines of the borders. And then the other thing was the visual hierarchy. So for example, in this screen, this blue line is so strong that it pretty much, my eyes get instantly drawn to it, but that's not really the most important information. I really should understand that this is the store that I'm paying for, this is what I'm paying for, this is what I need to pay, here's how I pay, and then there could be additional information. So like I said, I find them a bit confusing. So here's what I would do. I would have two different layouts for desktop and mobile. I would have a clear separation between the primary information and secondary information. So there's a top section here and a bottom section with all kinds of details in a very simple structured format where it tells me exactly what I'm looking at. This is the currency I've picked, this is the amount due, this is payment address, this is the invoice number. Then I have one box here with my payment options, and the default should be based on whatever device I'm on. So if I'm on mobile, I'm unlikely to have another mobile phone with me to scan the QR code. So maybe that one's hidden by default and I have to access it via other options. But if I'm a desktop, maybe that is one of the options that expanded. Then I have a clear primary option that stands out, what BTC Pay already does here. And then my second options is there, and then any third, fourth, fifth options, they could be collapsed. So notice, for example, in this screen here, there is no highlighted primary options, so you kind of have to scan and figure out what's going on. Manual copy-paste also available. Otherwise, just very simple and consistent layouts. The invoice validity, so it says here, awaiting payment in 14 minutes. Not really sure what that means in this case, because does it mean I need to send my transaction? Does it have to be in the mempool within the next 15 minutes, or should it be confirmed? Why 15 minutes? What happens afterwards? So I grouped this information here. It says invoice valid for 1 hour 57 minutes, and this invoice will be considered paid after one confirmation on the Bitcoin network. So answering questions that I might have around this in the same place. The other thing was invoice management options. So I have payment options and invoice management options. So these would be hidden underneath these three dots here. And that would be if I wanted to download this invoice for tax purposes, for my own accounting purposes, I would have options to get an email to myself, share it, I don't know what that would do, or downloading it as PDF. So this is kind of something along the lines what I would do. I'm sure there are a million details here, but I wanted to share my thoughts here. So thanks.